and welcome to Niger Infusions by Awesome Dishes. Today is all about oxtail stew. Thank you so much for tuning in and I hope you enjoy the video. So for Easter Sunday, I'm preparing oxtail stew. This is called Caribbean paste, green paste. I'm going to blend them all together. I should use green stuff, but don't mind. I'll blend them together, simmer it, and put it in the fridge to season my meat. Hello and welcome to Niger Infusions by Awesome Dishes. I've got oxtail here, which simply means I am preparing oxtail stew, Jamaican oxtail stew. Listen, do it how you want to do it. This is how Awesome Dishes is doing our own thing. So let me show you the ingredient quickly. Over here, I've got spring onions, scotch bonnet, peppercorns, some tomatoes, thyme, parsley. I prefer parsley to coriander. Don't ask me why. Maybe because of the smell of coriander. I'm not really a big fan of coriander. I've got seasoning powder, which is chicken seasoning powder. I love chicken seasoning powder. I've got some onions as well there. And I've got pimento. You can use allspice. Like I said, make it your own. In here, I've got garlic and ginger, which is minced and frozen, as well as worcestershire sauce. Also, we've got ketchup. So all these are going to go into the mix and we give it a good mix. One thing I must tell you guys is that when you're preparing oxtail, this is a few tips for you guys. When you're preparing oxtail stew, avoid adding cold water when the oxtail is cooking already, because what happens is that it sort of toughens up the meat. So never add cold water. Sorry, did I say hot water? Avoid adding cold water while it's cooking. Always add avoid adding cold water. Always add hot water. Even when you're cooking beef and stuff, avoid adding cold water to it when it's sort of run down, because what happens is that it toughens up. It's like you're cooking jollof rice and then you're adding cold water to the mixture. So we want to avoid that. And we add some Worcestershire sauce, which I've got here also. We've give it a good mix. The thing is, it takes time for this to cook. When I say it takes time for oxtail stew to cook, you need to give it time. You need to be patient with it. You're looking at about 4 to 6 hours, depending on how slow you want it and you want the meat to fall off. So you need to be very gentle and generous with it. This is a lot of meat. I've got about almost 4 kg of oxtail here. So I've used about a tablespoon and a half of Worcestershire sauce. So what happens now, we give it a good mix. So remember the tip I shared with you. You can use black pepper instead of black peppercorns. It's up to you. I've also got an ingredient that I need to add as well. So I'm going to wash my hand quickly and go bring it out of the fridge. Just a minute. Let me bring it. Ingredients here is Caribbean seasoning mix. It contains few ingredients which I blended together. I'm going to write them in the post for you guys to see. So you blend it. This is generally used in most Jamaican dishes. So I put 2 tablespoons of that into the mixture, and then we mix. And after you finish mixing everything together, what we then do is place it in the fridge to marinate. I'm going to leave this in the fridge to marinate for over 16 hours, because I would have said 12 hours, but I need to have it cooking. So I'm going to marinate it for about 16 hours. It smells so good. That's my little bobo making a bit of a noise there, a little bit of noise. So you give it a good mix. Thank you so much for watching. I will show you the final stage on my Instagram story. See you later. Awesome Dishes. The meat has not been marinated. I'm going to leave it for about 16 hours for everything to incorporate very well. Like I said, the video is going to be on IGTV. It's 4 minutes long. So please farabale and watch it. Which means calm down and watch it, because I've shared tips on the video. In this, and pour it on the slow cooker. But it's quite a lot of meat. It's about over 3 kg of oxtail. So I'm just going to cook it in this pot to simmer. What I've done is added a bit of sugar to the pot and let it brown a bit, fizzle out. Then I poured in the oxtail. which I'm just gonna let brown. I didn't use a lot of oil. I don't want to use a lot of oil, but I'm just gonna let the sauce evaporate. The water has finally evaporated. We're now left with rendered fat from the meat, as well as the tiny oil I added to begin with. The next thing is to move on to the next stage where we start adding the remaining ingredients, water, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned. What I'm doing next now is adding coconut milk. This is Oxtail coconut milk, so it's not the normal one where you just add water. I'm using coconut milk for mine. This is the brand I'm using if you want to try it out. I add this. Remember, this was what I seasoned it with. I add that in and add a bit of hot water. Never add cold water, it's always hot water, okay? Add your coconut milk or your hot water. Do not add any other seasoning. Just leave it the way it is, because once it simmer, it's the taste, the flavor will intensify. Then if you need it, you can then add it a bit later, but as for now, we're gonna leave it like this. Still thickening up. The sauce is getting thicker, but we're just gonna leave it for it to continue to work its lovely magic. It smells so good, and it tastes, I haven't tasted it, but I know it tastes so good as well. So it's thickened well enough now, so I'm gonna go in with diced red pepper, yellow pepper, and some scotch bonnet and butter beans. Leave it for a few more minutes, and with this particular stage you taste for seasoning. And if you have oil like dancing at the top, you have to use a spoon to sort of scoop them out, but I haven't got any oil. I'm still going to leave it to simmer for a few more minutes, and then we will be done and ready. If you buy it in the store, they add a lot of barbecue sauce, brown sauce, ketchup to it to enhance the sweetness, and a lot of more brown sugar. When you cook it at home, you will cook it more healthy way that you will love, and you will appreciate your effort. This is absolutely delicious. I've tasted one of the oxtail. It's falling off the bone. It is so delicious. I really want you guys to try the recipe and let me know how you get on, okay? Look at the oil I'm skimming off the oxtail. We don't need all that in our system. I'm going to skim as much as possible of. The oxtail itself was fatty, so I just left that fatness there to add flavor, but now we've got to take it out. That's why I used just about 2 tablespoons of oil when I started, because I know this would happen. That is why I never add oil to my minced meat when I'm cooking minced bolognese sauce. I just let the people that the audience that joined me during the meat pie process, I did tell them that you don't need extra oil when you're cooking bolognese sauce, because it will just secrete its own oil. It will extract its own oil. The amount of oil that I drained out, that is a lot. Remember also I use coconut milk, so that will contribute to the greasiness. And another thing, I know we Africans, we love to use stock omiero to cook. The thing here is that when you slow cook, the meat is meant to excrete its own oil, extract its own oil out. So when you're cooking with omiero, that oil that comes out is not the whole oil inside the meat you're actually preparing. That is why you are supposed to use this method where you cook the bone marrow or the meat for so long time, so that all the greasiness can come out of it. That's how you cook meat stock, not the way we traditionally cook it and we just toss it into our food. That's why some of us, we struggle to lose weight. Because the problem is that we are adding irrelevant empty calories into our food that we do not know about. But to us, it's normal everyday eating, everyday food that we are eating. But in reality, that's not the case. The meat is so tender. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.